All right, Ken Condon, riding in the zone. Got another impromptu bike test. Just a little first impression thing. This is a 2020 Triumph Tiger 900. This is the Rally Pro, so it's the high-end model. It's got the nice TFT dash. It's got some. You can toggle through this and make it look different, have a different look to it. First impression is that it really hides its weight. It is a pretty hefty bike. You know, doing tight U-turns on it, it's fine, but you do feel the weight. My Tiger 800, the 2016, a couple of real differences is the seat. You sit really down in the bike, whereas this you feel like you're sitting more on top of it. Also, the seat height is much lower, even in the tall setting. With the 800, my old bike, you can put flat feet easy. This bike here is really not bad at all. I've got a 32-inch inseam, and I'm able to put my feet down comfortably, both feet, balls of my feet. So that's just something to keep in mind. They changed the bend of the handlebars a bit on this bike, and it seems a little more comfortable, but also it's more, athletic positioning. One thing I'm noticing with this bike is whether the owner has this bike set up soft or whatever, but the suspension is really soft, particularly the rear. This has settings I can see, so there is some adjustability, but I'm just noting that it's kind of pogoing a little bit. I'll do a little off-road review later. But as far as the street manners, it's really nice. You know, it handles really well, stable. It's got nice power. This has got a little different timing, firing order than the old triple. And this has a little bit more grunt. It feels that way. Now this bike is also, if you read around, they say that it's a more off-road capable. Like it really just feels better off-road, more balanced, and that remains to be seen. But the difference I can tell right away is just how the standing up is just. It seems to just be better ergonomics in general. But the thing about the old Tiger that I have, mine's the XRX, so it's the street version with a 19-inch front wheel. It's really great on the pavement. It really feels like almost a sport bike compared to a bike like this because you're sitting in it and the 19-inch front wheel and all that. So, but this has a sense that it could maneuver better at some slower speeds. At street speeds right now we're doing 63, it's great. It's fine. It does a nice job. Alright, so I'm going to take a right-hand turn up here. Yeah, the other thing about the Triumphs is the fit and finish is just, super nice. Very refined. So as a street bike, this is a really good choice. Clutch is real nice. The brakes are excellent. Almost almost too powerful. Yeah, see this thing, you can just tell that the suspension, it's a little soft. The rebound seems to be, I don't know, I can't quite tell yet which way I would go with that. It's stable enough. But the clutch is nice and controllable. So the throttle's a little snatchier than on my bike. Just that little on-off. That's not something I like. Triumph is really good about their fueling, and that's something that I find a little bit surprising. Listen to it. This thing sounds great. Really handles these sort of bumps, patches in the road really well. But yeah, that suspension's a little on the soft side. I would dial up some rebound, maybe even a little compression. Take this left. I mean, the motor is really sweet. I like the motor on my 16. The triple's a really sweet motor. This has, like I say, the different firing order. It feels a little bit more like a twin. And it sounds like one. It sounds like a twin. So it's really nice. The seat's quite different. It's narrower in the front and tapers to the back, wider, which is how it should be. But if you compare it to the older Tigers, which has got a very flat and wide seat, there is definitely a difference. And I like the seat on the 16. This one here feels good. I don't think there's going to be any issues. The narrower front seat allows you to touch the ground easier. And so that's a definite benefit. See, definitely the suspension is busy. Maybe when we stop, I'll tweak the suspension a little bit. Yeah, see, I can bring this thing all the way down to, actually it's really hard to read the RPMs, but down to pretty low RPM, and the thing fuels really nice at that point. It's really when it's off throttle and comes back on, it's got that little bit of a bump that the other Tiger doesn't have. Okay, let's do a little bit of off-road riding on the 2020 Tiger 900. This is the Rally Pro. Let's just sort of see what it's all about. Are we in off-road?
Is it mountains at the bottom? No.
It is mountain, yeah. We're good? So my 2016 motor is a little different feel. This has a little bit more grunt. Now this is pretty nice. The one thing I don't like about this bike is it has a surging throttle. See, This is when my battery decided to die. But I wanted to give you my impressions of the Tiger 900 off-road. I only had a short time riding it, but I got a little bit of an impression. The bike is still a big bike. My 2016 Tiger 800 can do a surprising amount of things, but it's really not, doesn't feel very confidence-inspiring. And the 900 is essentially the same way. It does have, first off, compared to my bike, it has a 21-inch front wheel, so automatically or immediately it's going to feel better off-road. And so there's that. The other thing positive about the 900 is that you don't have to rev the motor as much as the 800, where you always have to keep that RPMs up, especially when you're kind of getting going. You have to rev the motor to not stall. I've stalled the bike doing tight U-turns standing off-road before, and I don't get the sense that the 900 I would have as much of a problem keeping it from stalling. But the bike is still big. It feels more balanced, but after riding a Tenere 700, the Yamaha, nothing is compared to that as far as off-road capability. The 900 just doesn't get anywhere close to it. So if you're really focusing more on off-road, but want an adventure bike, something that will travel, the Tenere 700 might be a better choice. However, I really want to like the 900 because Triumph just makes such a great product. I just love my Tiger, and I've loved my Street Triple. And so and the fit and finish is beautiful. I think the bike is gorgeous, and it's such a high, top shelf type bike. The Tenere is, it's a more basic bike, but it is a ton of fun to ride. And see my video review that I have on the Tenere 700, and you'll see what my opinion is. Anyhow, here's a little video of the student whose bike I borrowed. Watch him go through a little bit of a mud. Enjoy. Thanks for tuning in. Ken Condon, Riding in the Zone.
Booyah!